Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful divine souls. Welcome to this video. We're going to be talking about, if you're new to all of this, all this spiritual stuff, this magic, this light, this angel stuff, if you're new, because there is a lot of beautiful divine souls being guided through this page and being guided on their own awakening right now, and it can be very confusing, right? At the start, for many people, it's like people that you see that are speaking about things, are speaking a different language. There is all this stuff coming through that you're not necessarily yet able to understand. So what this video is intending is to help anyone who feels a little bit confused with what to do, if they're feeling a bit stressed, if they're feeling a bit anxious, if they're feeling a bit depressed, if they're feeling a little bit out of sorts, or if they're feeling like there's too much on the go, right? There's too much going on and they're just like, how do I even get my head around all this? This video is for you, okay? So first I want to start out by thanking you all for being here, for watching this video, for showing up for yourself, right? Times are very interesting. This year has been a massive year that has caused a lot of contrast. Contrast is a good word, right? It's been very different. We've had to adapt, we've had to be flexible, and some of us have managed easier than others to do so, right? But what's happening now we are nearing that beautiful Christmas, New Year, is that there is going to be a mass, and it's already happened, the domino has already tipped and it's tipping over the next few dominoes, but there's going to be this mass awakening. So you may find yourself directed to this video because another bright soul has chosen to share this with you. So in which case, once again, I thank you and blessings to you. So let's start out just by understanding our human body, right? Let's just start out by understanding how things work, right? Because that will help bring through a little bit of clarity for you with what I'm about to say following. But we're all energy, right? Energy is all around us, right? We see this in the physical world with electricity, with plugging something in, with putting a battery in something, with going to sleep at night and feeling refreshed when we wake, sometimes. When we have a cup of something stimulating, that is doing something with our energy system, right? When we eat certain foods, that is doing something with our energy system. So everything is energy, and the first way we're introduced to that in this world is usually through, food, drink, technology, electricity, things like that. That's very tangible, and we can see it with our physical eyes, okay? But now you're maybe awakening to something a little bit different. Now you're maybe starting to connect that gut feeling that you've had for certain things, or when you use phrases like, oh, I feel it in my waters, or it might be a British phrase, I'm not sure, but we say that a lot over here, I feel it in the waters. Or, it just, I have a gut feeling about something. We use those phrases automatically, subconsciously. And just to bring a little bit of clarity and insight, good morning to everyone joining. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to do namaste hands, but I have crystals in my hand. Like, welcome to everyone joining here. Train of thought has just gone, but that's okay, it'll come back. But we're first, we use those phrases automatically, and don't always put two and two together, right? So let's just have a look at this. So we have this physical body of ours. When we move our body, it energizes us, right? As long as we're doing something that isn't pushing it past the extremes, where it's just going to completely knacker you out. When you move your body, when you exercise, go for a walk, get outside, you feel energized afterwards, even though you may not wish to go out and do whatever exercise in the first place. That's the physical body. The physical body is impacted by foods and drinks. So if you're new to this path, if you're new to this world, right, in the sense of what I'm talking about and what I share on this channel and what other people are sharing about right now, especially with this winter solstice we had in 2020, this is where you would start, right? So some things that may be shifting for you. Your sleep patterns may be disrupted right now. okay? And that's okay. That's okay. I'll talk about that in just a moment. But food and drink, you may be finding that you are more inclined to drink or eat something that you wouldn't have done previously, or vice versa. You may be more inclined to remove certain things from your diet. You may be really, really wanting to tuck into that roast turkey or roast goose at the Christmas dinner and have all the roast potatoes and all the mulled wine and Baileys and things like that. You may be tempted to do that, and that's kind of what you've done for years and years. But you may find when that happens on Christmas Day, your stomach no longer appreciates it as much. You don't feel as good afterwards as what you would have done. That's because what you're consuming is an energy, and it's either helping enhance our energy and raise it, or it's depleting it. Okay. So the first things first, if you want to feel better, if you want to feel calmer, let's say that, not better, calmer is a better word. If you find yourself feeling a little bit rushed about here, there, and everywhere, you may find that you are needing to drink more water right now. And that's a pattern that's going to come in and continue to enhance itself, because water is very purifying, it's very cleansing. You may want to put lemon in that water. You may not wish to have as much alcohol as what you may have done previously, because subconsciously on some level you're feeling that there is something within it that doesn't make you feel great, even if it's a day or two later. That makes you feel just a little bit, I don't get the same kick out of that as what I used to. You may find that you used to love having cheese with things, and you may find that you may not wish to have cheese. You may find that you used to love having a certain brand of processed food or something like that, easy to cook, easy to bake food, and you may find that your stomach is no longer appreciating it, that your body is getting tired after eating it, that you're getting grouchy, or you notice that you're getting irritable after eating or drinking something. Right? This is your body telling you that it no longer is compatible with you. You may find certain intolerances rising up, gluten, dairy, things like that. Because, let's move it to the energy here, because energetically in the processing, in the just that everything holds a certain amount of energy, right? So, for example, a potato holds energy, a glass of orange juice holds energy, water holds energy. They all hold different frequencies of energy, and as the world increases in energy, and we'll go into this a little bit later on, as there is a higher energy coming in, your body is also responding to that, and your energy frequency is rising. It's like if you've got a dimmer switch, okay, imagine a dimmer switch, a light bulb, and you normally have it clicked on, right? And it's on, and it's there, but it's a little bit dim, okay? And then then it turns brighter. And the brighter you get, the more brighter things you attract to you and you want to consume, because that's what's going to match, right? I'm just listening to the guidance coming in for where to go with this next. So food and drink may be changing. And I do encourage to drink a lot more water right now than you have done previously. Not a lot more water, a few litres a day, just to help clear through whatever is in your system already, right? And like I say, take what resonates with this message and leave what doesn't. Some of you watching this may already be way past this, and that's okay. But the first things first is we want to reduce the intake. If you're feeling stressed, anxious, if you're feeling your energy's pulled left, right and centre, if you're feeling tired, you'll want to reduce things like coffee in your diet. You'll want to reduce things like processed meats and foods, such as bacon, right? So it's not to say that you cut out meat in general. If that's not what is truth for you, that's okay. And that's not to say that you stop eating this, that and the other, but there's certain foods that, like bacon, because of how a pig lives, it doesn't sweat, so a lot of the toxins still remain in that food as you're consuming it. So you may find that that's where your body is starting to shift, okay? Let's move on to some other subtle shifts, okay? So first it does start out physically. So then we want to look at how we're moving our body, because moving the body helps reduce any anxiety or any sleeplessness. It helps move energy through your system. Physically, like we are made of electricity, right? There's electricity running through us. It goes between the synapse nerves. There's so much science backing all this up, right? There's so much science backing all this up. Just like similarly with technology, technology is also electricity and it interferes with our own electric field. So if you're struggling to sleep at night, or if you are having fragmented sleep, or if you are not finding it as peaceful as you wish to find it, a couple of things. Do a little bit of movement before you go to bed at night. Go out for a walk beforehand. Do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga, something like that, right, before you go to bed. And remove the technology from your bedroom. See how that impacts. If you want to go to bed at, say, 10 o'clock in the evening, then maybe the last time you look at your phone is at 9 o'clock. So you let that energy field around you just regenerate and circulate what it needs to without any interference from anything else. These are just very simple, very practical things. So we've spoken about food, we've spoken about moving our body, we've spoken about electricity. You want to move your body every day. You really do. And that doesn't mean to say that you have to go to the gym or run a million miles. That's just to say, get out, go for a walk, be with the trees and the nature, breathe air, breathe fresh air. Did you see how it got lighter in here when I said that? That's energy. So we have the physical body, right? And then we also have energetical bodies. We have mental, emotional bodies that all are around us. So now we want to look at the emotional impact, right? Our mental and emotional health. And I do encourage anyone, once again, to take what is truth for you, leave what doesn't, and use your own discernment with anything that I say here. Okay. But if you were to start your day, if you were to wake up in the morning, and instead of hitting the snooze button a million times, if you were to wake up either when your body naturally wakes you up, or if you have an alarm, when that alarm first goes off, and you were to sit up, and the first thing you do is drink a glass of water. Have a glass of water by your bed and drink that first. First, that's going to rehydrate you, that's going to wake you up, that's going to stop you feeling groggy if you hit the snooze button, right? It's going to make you not want to hit the snooze button. And then it's going to give you first a breath of life in the morning, help your morning start in a clearer way. But then if the next thing that you do, instead of picking up a phone or going to do something else and start your day, if you were just to sit there while it's still quite dark, you may turn a bedside lamp on or something, but if you were to sit there and just breathe, just focus on deeply breathing, because what happens through the day is we tend to quicken our breath. And when we quicken our breath, there's less oxygen moving around our system. And when there's less oxygen moving around our system, there's less life force moving around our system. And then we get tired and irritated and groggy. So if you were to spend a few minutes in the morning just focusing on your breathing, just breathing in through your nose, for 4 deep, long seconds, pausing at the top and then slowly exhaling. And just do that for a few rounds, just counting your breathing, allowing any thoughts that flutter through your mind, noticing them and allowing them to flutter on by. What that will do is that will just help you connect with yourself. That will just help you firstly bring your dream body back to you and make sure you're back within yourself. Because if we do set an alarm, I personally don't, I just ask my body to wake up at a certain time and it does. But if you set an alarm, and it's quite an abrupt alarm, what can happen is your dream body is away doing whatever it's doing and you don't fully return to yourself, so you feel a little bit disorientated. I don't know if you've ever done that. I know it used to happen to me a lot when I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be kind of stumbling over things, and it's not because you've just woken up, it's because you're not fully back within yourself, you know? So that's about sleep hygiene, right? Then through your day, for those of us that work long hours, with other people who aren't necessarily taking the steps to keep their energy whole and sovereign, what you can do is you can do that pause and that breathing again. What I actually really enjoy doing through the day is I'll just take a moment and I'll just pause. So wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, if I'm just feeling like I could do with a little bit of extra energy, I actually just pause and I close my eyes. I just relax my body. I just notice if I'm holding my shoulders up or if I'm holding my jaw tight or anything like that. I just notice and I relax my body, and once again I just do some slow deep breathing, and I don't even have to do that for long. But what I also do when I breathe is I visualize, with every inhalation, I visualize golden light coming in and filling me up. And that brings a beautiful sense of peace and calm to you. It helps your energy return to you. It helps clear anything that may be around you from anyone else, anything else. If we feel at any point in life like we're anxious or we're depressed or anything like that, they are related to the future and the past, right? They're related to anxiety. Is related to the future, and once again there are studies you can look up about this, but anxiety is related to the future and what we think may happen, worst case scenario, and what we might worry about. And then we're moving our energy away from this present space of time here, this beautiful miraculous moment that is right here, right now. And when we're feeling depressed and things like that, it's because we're focusing on the past and experiences we've had. In which case, if you resonate with that, then do watch the videos that I've just started doing yesterday. They're about 5 or 10 minutes long, probably 10 minutes, and they're just a meditation. Right, we're doing a 30 days of meditation. Start with day 1. You don't have to do every single one of them. You can just do day 1 over and over and over again. I'm just doing 30 live videos so that anyone that is there can join in, but that will help you, because what that will do is it will help you clear the energy of the memories that you're focusing on in the past or the future, and bring you back to this now moment. Okay. Then we can move into the more subtle energies that are around, the energies that we can't necessarily see. Electricity is a good one because we know it's there. We stick a plug in the wall and we know that our device is going to turn on, right? Our vacuum will turn on if we plug it in. That's exactly like the body, right? We've got to plug it in. But that electricity that we're plugging into, you access that through that pausing your body, through breathing, right? That's connecting you back with the divine essence that created you, whatever that is, that divine love, that eternal love that connects you to your higher self, to your soul, connects you right here in this moment to the earth and the ground, and it connects you to you. That's plugging yourself back in. So we also find that we may need to do that in a couple of different ways. Plugging in for you could also mean having some time to yourself. I know that's difficult if you have children. I know. But if you have children, then maybe you can get them set up with an activity, and maybe if you're even sat with them, they're colouring in and doing something, and you just gently close your eyes, or even just with your eyes open, just phase your gaze out just for a few moments and just focus on that breathing again. Breathwork has miraculous properties if we use the breath that we have correctly. The first thing we do when we are born into this world is we breathe in. So when we breathe in and we breathe deeply, that's life force coming in. And when we breathe out, the last thing we do on this planet is breathe out. That's our life force exiting. So if you see breath as life force coming in and going out, bringing in peace, calm, hope, joy, breathing out anything that is not that, you'll find your day will change like that. So we've spoken about a few things already today. We've spoken about physical energy and what you're nourishing your body with. You can even, before you eat something, for anyone drawn to doing this, it's a lot of fun. You can even, and I don't have anything to show you with here, but you can even have the food in front of you. Let's say it's an apple, and you can hold the apple in your hand and just go and just think in your mind, apple, are you going to nourish my body, or are you going to deplete it of energy? And just listen to what the first thing that comes through your mind is. And you'll be surprised at what comes through. You'll be surprised at how the food responds to you, because that food in itself has grown. So therefore it's alive. So therefore it has energy. So therefore it can connect and speak with us. Have you ever picked up the phone to someone and called someone or text someone and they've gone, oh, I was just thinking about you? That's energy. So we are all connected. This is how this all works. If you find yourself in the day-to-day worrying about others, parents, siblings, children, friends, family, the world, politics, health, whatever it is, if you find yourself worrying about things like that because of that connection that we have, that we've just this second spoke about, because of that connection, if you focus on how you can bring peace to your own heart in that moment, that impacts the whole world because of that connection. Although it's subtle, it impacts it. So if enough people do that, and enough people are doing that, what a beautiful thing, hey? So we're going to be drinking more water on a day-to-day level, day-to-day basis. Filtered water if you can. You're going to be drinking more water. Put some lemon in it if you like. Lemon is so beneficial for the body, and ginger. We're going to be asking our food if it's nourishing us, maybe removing some processed foods from our diet because we don't resonate with it anymore, because we've started to recognize that it doesn't feel good. And you can even go through Christmas, go through the holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate, and eat whatever it is that you would normally eat, but just notice. Take a moment to notice how it feels afterwards. Notice your mood. Notice if you're grouchy. Notice if you get irritated afterwards. Notice if you get tired. Because eating a meal shouldn't tire you out. We always think that we eat a meal and then we get tired. No, we get tired because we're eating something that is, although it might be nourishing our body and filling a void, it's actually also doing the opposite as well, because something within it isn't serving us. So just notice, start to become cognizant of your body, of your energy in this way. Your sleep, start to notice how you wake up and how you go to sleep. If you want to improve the time that you sleep at, if you wish to improve the quality of your sleep, eat a little bit earlier in the night, in the evening. Eat a little bit earlier rather than last minute, so your body can start digesting earlier. Remove technology from your bedside, or turn it on airplane mode if you need your phone in there for an alarm. Okay, and just do some movement, some gentle movement and stretching before bed, and deep breathing. We've spoken about getting outside, moving your body. It just needs to be a little bit, just move it. If you want to do more, great. But every day we just have to be going somewhere, doing something. Don't stay in your house, go for a walk outside of your grounds, outside of your home space. What else have we spoken about? Breath work, pausing in the day. Noticing where your energy is going to and taking some time for yourself through the day. Find little pockets, create pockets of space and time. Time doesn't actually really exist. It's what we make of it. It's a human concept. The dog doesn't wake up because an alarm clock wakes him up. The dog wakes up when he wants to wake up, right? So start creating little pockets of time where you can just be in your own space and draw that energy back to you, and do that breathing that we said on this video today with the golden light. Draw in that golden light and allow it to go around you and cocoon you. There's a hand position that I really love. You take your left hand, you put your heel of your left hand in line with your navel. So your heel is where your navel is, pointing downwards. Your right hand, heel of the hand where your heart is, pointing up. And if you just do this and sit like this and breathe like this, what it actually does is it aligns your hara line, it aligns your energy line. And it brings back any energy that you have lost. Well, lost is the wrong word really, but any energy that you have allowed to disperse and go where it needn't have gone. It just draws everything back in and makes you more whole, makes you more energized. If you feel tired or hungry, start by having a glass of water. If you feel hot and bothered, if you feel irritated, if you feel anything like that, start by having a glass of water. All those symptoms usually are because we've not had enough water, believe it or not. You could even do some beautiful water practice. This is a really fun one to do, so get a glass of water. Water is really, really ancient. It's the oldest thing on this EarthStar. The oldest thing on this earth is water. And it never dies. It's just always here, flowing around the earth. Right? You could get a glass of water. And you could hold the water, and if it is that you are feeling a certain way and you wish to improve that, you could visualize once again that water becoming golden. And you can ask it, you can say, with every sip of this water I'm about to take, I drink in hope, joy, peace, love, and then take a sip. And just feel it go through you and carry on doing that. Okay. But for now, if you're new, I know there's a lot of words that are being said that maybe aren't fully understood, you know, a lot of energy words, a lot of spiritual words, and you're like, what on earth is going on? That's okay. First, start out here. Start out with the physical body, the mental and emotional body. And then when you've done that for a little bit, your mind will and your body will have the space to receive and to be more open to what it is that's being said. And you'll be feeling, if you're watching this video, or if you're feeling the way that we've spoke about in this video, you know, you're coming here because, or you're here watching this because it's time for you to understand this on a very conscious level. Subconsciously, you may have already done some of these things, but on a conscious level, it's time for you to understand it, and it's time for your divine blueprint, for your soul essence to blossom, and that's why you're here. So you're gonna start to have the most wonderful next few months, and your mindset's gonna shift and change. But first we need to look after the energy within us and around us, and become a little bit more aware of that subtle body and how things that we do, we eat, we drink, we move, how all of that impacts it. So if you're new to this, I hope this video helped. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings of love and abundance to each and every one of you. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.